G'day viewers and welcome to the next episode of It's Always Beeroclock. I'm Mark.
And I'm Simon, and behind the camera we have Sidekick Dave.
Simon and Sidekick Dave. Today we're at Mixtape, Brewing and Bar in Marrickville.
For those of you too young to remember, a mixtape was kind of like a Spotify playlist, except sometimes the list came out and you had to put it back in one of these. That's called a pencil, and it was kind of like voice to text, only you used your fingers instead of your mouth. It was also used to write lists.
All right, Simon, talking of lists, let's go in and check out the beer list.
Let's do it.
We're here at Mixtape, Brewing and Bar with Jason, the founder and brewer. G'day, Jason.
How are you?
Pretty good, mate. Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming.
Now, I understand you've been open for about 2 years, is that right?
Just a couple of weeks over 2 years.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the backstory of Mixtape, how it all came about?
So we were spooning goats beforehand, which was one of the first sort of small bar, craft beer bars in the city.
Right.
And so my love of beer came from that. And then we'd already planned to do something like Mixtape as our second venue.
Right.
And then
To be a brewery as well as a bar?
Yeah, this is always the vision was this, but we're going to have both. But then COVID happened and we put a stopper on this, and then when we thought it was about right, we started looking for places, and here we are. So.
And had you had brewing experience prior to that?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I did a bit of home brewing, but I've always just been a beer lover. Once I discovered something besides Tui's New, like everyone back in the day, that's all you really had.
Yeah.
I tasted an ale and just went from there, and I've just been a fan of craft beer since.
Okay, and is there a certain philosophy behind what beers you brew or what you like to brew?
Well, Mixtape comes from wanting to have a mix of beers, a mix of wines, a mix of music, just a mix of everything. So I tend not to make the same beer regularly.
Okay, so you don't have a core range as such?
No, not necessarily. I mean, the pale ale and the IPA, or the pale ale I'm trying to make all the time.
Right.
IPA, the standard IPA comes on and off a little bit. But I mean, I always have a hopped sour on.
Okay.
But it's different each time.
Right.
So I kind of have a core range, but I don't have a core range sort of thing. So I have a kettled sour as well, but that changes flavours. I always have some sort of IPA on. So I always have a style on.
Right.
And then, I mean, being 300 litres, I get to experiment a lot and play around and just make whatever I want. You know?
Okay, so yes, I saw on the menu behind the bar there that you've got your own beers and you've also got a range of sort of interstate craft beers as well.
Yep. So again, I'm not a lager fan. So I'm not going to make a good lager because I don't have the passion to put their time in and all that sort of stuff. So I may as well get one from someone who makes a really good lager.
Right.
So that's why there's someone else's lager on. I can't make ciders, so there's a cider on. If I've got a gap in my lineup, I fill it with someone else's beer. So I don't really make too many NEPAs. Not a style I enjoy. So I get, again, someone who does it really well, I get them in, and it just gives me a bit of variety.
Okay. I think I read that you also make some historic styles of beer.
So I like experimenting with gruits or gruits and raw ales are the other ones. They're like no boil beers.
Right.
So basically you just do a mash, and if you want to hop it ever so slightly, you just put it on the top of the mash as you're sparging. Recircing or sparging, depends how you want to do it. And you send it to the kettle, and I actually pasteurize it a little bit, which is about 70 degrees, 75 degrees, and send it to the fermenter. Okay. So it just tastes like, it literally tastes like carbonated wort. Okay. Which sounds weird, but it's quite nice.
All right.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's just, I mean, it ferments out to quite low.
Yes.
But it just has this impression and mouth feel of sweet.
Right.
You know what? So it's kind of,
Yeah, without any sort of hot flavour to it.
Yeah, it's actually a dry beer, but it just comes across that way. Yeah, it weirds a few people out, but once people try it,
interesting,
they tend to enjoy it. So,
well, that's what sort of the craft brewing phenomenon is all about, getting people to try different things, different styles, things that they wouldn't normally have. I mean, it started with sours and saisons and things like that, and now you've got gruits and other things happening.
Yeah, gruits are fun because I like foraging as well. So the next gruit will be a foraged gruit.
Right.
Yeah, so just going and picking some different things. So I'm experimenting at the moment on which one's bitter well and which one's bitter too much. Yeah, so
Right.
that's what I'm sort of playing with at the moment. So.
Interesting. So where do you forage, or is that a secret?
No, there's heaps of places around. You can literally walk down any of the streets around Marrickville and find something.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we live, so there's a big place in Annandale, like a big park section.
Yeah,
and,
down near the creek or the canal.
Yeah, down there. And Jubilee Park in Blackwattle, that's a big one. And there's heaps of streets. You just walk down, I can pick that tree, or I can pick that tree, and it's pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been open here for a couple of years. What are your plans, if any, for the next couple of years?
So music's the next thing to add on, because Mixtape should have some music.
Yep.
So
live music
live
rather
music
than taped music.
Yep. Get some DJs in, but more this type of music. DJs, not like full techno-y DJs.
Right.
But yeah, so live performance, live DJs, live bands is the next step moving forward. And then just more experimenting with the beer. So.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you, Jason. Thanks for having us here.
No problems. Thanks for coming
Cheers.
down.
Good on you. Thank you. We're here at Mixtape Brewing with Dave and Tallis. Now, guys, have you been here before?
No, never.
This is the first time?
Yeah, first time.
Okay. Tallis, what beer are you drinking?
The Mixtape IPA.
And how do you find it?
It's delicious, I'd say. Beautiful hop nose. Suspect there's been plenty of dry hopping here. Not too, not excessively bitter like some of the IPAs can be really tough. It's cloudy, but it's not cloying. So it's just a really beautiful, flavoursome drink.
Yeah, I've tried that one. I agree with your thoughts there. And Dave, what are you having?
What he said, same beer. I let him choose, actually. So,
Okay.
and it's perfect for me because it's kind of got that haziness for it, and I could have a few of these and be very happy.
We're here at Mixtape with Lawrence. G'day, Lawrence.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Very good, mate. Very
That's
good
good.
indeed. You've been to Mixtape before?
I have been here a number of times,
And
on business and for pleasure.
business and pleasure. And what do you think of the place?
Oh, I think it's got a fantastic vibe. I think it's got a great range of beers. It's got some excellent food as well. Great choice of beers if you want to carry on drinking when the place is closed. And it's in a great location.
Yeah, and what do you think of the range, the sort of beers that Jason brews here?
Oh, they're fab. I mean, the guy's very talented. You know, there's a range of different varieties he excels at. And it's just always something very experimental, and certainly increases my knowledge of craft beer.
We're here at Mixtape with Ben and Kate. Guys, have you been here before?
No, we're just walking past, going to a gig tonight, walked past and thought, looks good, let's stop here for a beer.
Okay. You're going up to the factory theatre, are you?
Yes, we're going to the factory, yeah.
Okay. You haven't been here before, but what's your impression of the place?
Oh, very friendly, very comfortable. Yeah, very nice.
Bar staff sort of gave us a few samples of beer and helped us select a tasty beer.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your night.
Cheers, mate, thank you.
All right, we're here with Michael at Mixtape. G'day, Michael.
G'day.
How are you, mate?
What's your name, mate?
Mark.
Mark.
You been to Mixtape before?
I have not been to Mixtape before.
Okay. What's your first impression of the place?
Yeah, I like it. It's your general sort of microbrewery kind of setup, it looks like.
Yeah. And what are you trying as your first beer? It's called
the Old Sando Dark Ale.
Old Sando Dark Ale. And your impression of that?
Yeah, I quite like it.
Okay. Do you normally have the darks?
I would have gone for the wheat beer, but unfortunately that's out, so I transitioned to a dark, and that's kind of my two generic choices. So.
All right. All right, gents. How did we enjoy the afternoon at Mixtape, Dave?
Very good. Very welcoming. Great location. Spacious, but not too big. And the beers, I thought, an excellent selection. For me, the two standouts was the Saison and also I think it was the Old Sandow Dark Ale. Excellent dark ale. Loved it.
Okay. Simon, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I enjoyed the place. It's really nice. It's got a high ceiling. There's a lot of what I call British racing green used here on the walls, and we noticed the green tiles on the bar earlier, so that's a theme that seems to be going on. I enjoyed the beers. I enjoyed the Pale Ale. I think it was called Another Mixtape Pale Ale, and I also enjoyed the Old Sando, the Dark Ale. What about you, Mark?
Thank you, Simon. Yeah, well, I agree with both of you. The place, it's nice. The beers aren't too mainstream. There's a certain quirkiness to the beers to differentiate them from just sort of the standard run-of-the-mill sort of, microbrewery brews, your typical brews. In particular, I like the Old Sando Dark Ale. I also like the Pale Ale as well.
Yeah.
So that was great. And the Saison as well, Dave.
Saison was very good.
Was quite good. So until we meet again, boys, until next time, it's always Beeroclock. I think we
You
nailed it.
can't possibly do that again.
No. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. Okay, let me know when I'm going to do the look, sniff, and
Sniff and scowl. Sniff.
all right. Yeah, I'm ready. I was born ready. Okay. Okay, gents. How'd you enjoy the afternoon at?
They all blur into one after
Yeah.
a while.
All right.
Welcome you as soon as you walk in. You see the bar straight away. You don't have to search for the bar.
Have you ever had to search for a bar, Dave?
Where's the bar? I came in here. Where is it? I like what they've done with bricks and plants.
It's not just this cube that people come and get pissed in. It's actually, I don't know, it's got character.
More a
itself.
rectangular prism.
Yeah.
If only they had like big screen TVs showing sport on all the walls, and maybe some poker machines in the corner and a special area for smokers.
I actually think there is.
Then I felt like I was in Wollongong.
And they've got a dog.
We're anti-dog.
No cats. You never see a cat in a bar.
Only cool cats.
Cool cats. Cool jerks. We've come full circle. Circle jerks. Oh no!
All right.
Time to wrap it
We're
up,
done.
folks.
We're done.